Well, we're gold mining again at the house. Basically what I got going on is I have sucker bottle after sucker bottle full of black sands, and then I got this is full, and I don't even know where this stuff came from. Well, I mean, I pretty much have an idea of where I got it from, and we would go out and we'd split it up, and this was my split of just the black sands when we got done. So what I'm doing is I got all my screens set up, my have my 1/4 inch, and then I have an 1/8 inch, and then I have this 20 mesh, and then I got the 50 mesh and 30 mesh that I just can't find. So that's no big deal. So what we got doing on right now is we have this, and this is the I think it's a 100 mesh, from the looks of it. And what I'm doing is I want to turn everything that I have that's above that 100 mesh into the 100 mesh. So I put it in this mortar and pestle and I just crush it up. First of all, I put on my trusty dust mask. This was clean when I started this morning, and I've done it. I haven't done that much, maybe 10 or 15 minutes worth of crushing down, and so yeah, just already it's dirty from being white. I don't know if you can tell, but it's already got a nice brown cloud around it. And I'm just doing this. It's faster than leaching, as far as it goes. I don't have that much. So I just want to break it up and get it to where it'll go down into the, through that 100 mesh, so I can blue bowl it or whatever. And this is releasing whatever gold is in there. So I just take that and then pour it into here. Turn this around so you can see a clean spot. And you always want to watch out where the crosses are, and then just pour it in. See, and there goes the powder. Just drops right on through. Well, maybe it was a 1/4 of that or something. I don't know, maybe a little more. But, oh yeah, it was a lot. Probably maybe over a 1/4, huh? Worked out good, though. So we got this little bit to go in the panner. That's good enough. It's beat down. That's all I'm looking for. And I'll clean this back into the top of here. Yeah, take off this mask. Man, look at that now. That was just from that little bit. That was a brand new mask. And look at how dirty that is already. So you always want to wear a mask, because otherwise, you'll end up with what they call miner's lung. And that's the last thing you want. We just buried a guy yesterday. And unfortunately, it wasn't from miner's lung, fortunately. But the fact is, he was still 41 years old, and he still passed away, and we had to go to a funeral. I like this little green pan. This is another, I think this is the mini Keen pan that I got. It's good for backpacking. It's smaller than a regular pan, but it fits in my backpack real well. where the like the Pioneer pan, this is the bigger pan. You know, you got another 2 inches on the outside. Both of them are good, and basically I didn't take my Pioneer pan. I say my Proline pan, my Keaton pan, my Pioneer pan. I've got every kind of pan you can think of here. I mean, and I've had it that way for years. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. I like this pan right here, and I like this pan right here too. You know, my Pioneer pan. This is my pan I take for panning most of the time when I'm out actually doing the panning. But if I'm hiking way back in the woods, and depending on what backpack I take, sometimes this is a little bit too big for my backpack, so I take this one. And then I got these little finishing pans. And, I use these for the. When I was teaching the gold mining class, I got a bunch of these. And they come with all your kits. They're just standard. They come with everybody's stuff. So. Is that mercury? Or is it a piece of gold stuck to a piece of lead? Looks like to me. No, that's mercury. Okay, so what we got here is a nugget. This is actually one piece that's been in the river so long. It's got folded over on itself, so it folds back and forth. It'll probably just tear apart. There we go. Now I got 2 pieces, and it's got it's got a little bit of mercury residue on there from the river. That's what happens. I mean, you get some of the gold out here in California when it comes out of the hydraulic mines. Even it comes out of the rivers, but you'll find some that has mercury on it. So we're going to need another vial for that. So I want to keep it separate than the other stuff, because otherwise the mercury just contaminates everything. So we're going to just put it into here. This other piece looks pretty good, really. There's not a whole lot left on it. But the fact is, I'm still going to have to get the mercury off there, and it's still a nugget, so we'll throw it in nitric acid and save it. I use nitric acid to clean my gold, because that way it gets the mercury off, but I only use the nitric to clean the nuggets. The fine stuff I just melt down and turn it into little buttons like you saw in the little button video. But like there's another nice little nugget right there. Then this all came out of my Yuba claim, and it's neat when I get down there and I show people how to pan, and we get them down in the cracks in the bedrock, and they start digging it out, and they start coming up with stuff like this, and they're just amazed at what we get in the gold. Okay, that was that vial, and that's the gold vial again. So yeah, we're just cleaning this by hand. More lead. So we got lead vial. And we got mercury vial. So it's just a good way to do it. You get your vials out to clean it. You got lead in the yellow, and then I got mercury in the green. Which means it's basically green is good. It's still gold. Okay. One day at the house here. There's a little bit more coming down, but it's not going into the big pile. And that's pretty good. So we're going to separate that, and what we're going to do is just take this part here. Once you get the water off of it, the top part stays up there. And you bring the other half down that you just did, just to look through. And you can either just wash it off, and knowing there's nothing in there, or you can watch it as you just take it out again and see if you missed any gold that might have come down. Just a good way of doing it. That way Yep, so California. Gold was discovered here in the 1500s, 1400s, or whatever it was. Oh, no, that's right. It was the 1800s, they say. Yeah, right, whatever. By, what was his name again? Injun Jim, wasn't it? Wasn't that the guy's name that discovered gold in California? Oh, no, it was the other guy. Because he was an Indian. They didn't want to give the Indian the credit for it. You know, that Injun Jim found the gold down there at Sutter's Mill and took it up to Mr. Marshall there, and they brought it down and had this big old thing about it down there when he brought it down to Sutter in Sacramento, and you know, they gave him the credit for it. I don't know if they just didn't want to have an Indian get the credit for finding the gold or not, but I mean, you know, shoot, our family's been gold mining here already for years and years down in the Merced area. And you know, the Spanish came here in the 1400s, and they were getting all kinds of gold. They had mines. They got all that Inca gold down there in South America. They got the Aztec gold from there in Mexico, and then we had all this gold up here. But the Indians didn't care about this gold up here. It just it meant nothing to them, so they left it in the rivers. And you know, when the 49ers came out here, or even before that, you know, back in the 1830s, when people started coming out here and finding gold, it just never got publicized, you know. And then, of course, you know, you hear that "Go West, young man," all that stuff, and all that was just for propaganda, you know. Really, it meant "Go West" was actually for something totally different than that. I don't remember what it was for, but it wasn't for a gold rush. It was for something else. Well, it's raining outside today, and I'm doing my editing, and you know, I just gotta shoot when it's raining. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pull out my earplugs. I love the smell of gunpowder in my house. You guys take care.